Chicago police are investigating an officer's death last Saturday as a possible suicide. If so, that would make 6 police suicides there since the summer. Blue Help, which provides mental health resources for police, tells us tonight officers are twice as likely to die by their own hands than in a confrontation with a criminal.
The city of Chicago is going through an epidemic. You have crime, and they call it gang crimes, and then you had the infusion of the Venezuela gangs, and you have the Chicago police force. And Chicago leads America with a 60% increase over other cities when it comes to police officers unaliving themselves. That is an issue. And there's groups that have come forth and said that some of the reasons that they believe from their findings, and it goes back to 2020, it goes back to the era of Black Lives Matter, and they're saying that there are special groups that are monitoring the police officers, so they're putting pressures on them. There's a lot of things that they were not able to do before, that they can't do now, but they were able to do before. Family members are not liking them. They're not popular. Sounds like they may have been going through a thing of bulliness according to that approach. And if a police officer is being bullied and can't like it, and that's the reason he's taking his life, that doesn't add up to me. It seems to be something more. You're talking about Chicago. You're talking about Al Capone. You're talking about corruption. Mayor Daley, going back into the days of the gangsters. Well, that energy and that spirit within the police force passes down from generation to generation. If the city of Chicago is going through a season right now where they are exposing the problem, exposing crime within the ranks, something that was never done before. I recall a situation down in New Orleans where this lady had reported a bad cop, and they had the phone number set up for where you can call in and these cops will be reprimanded. Well, the cop got the information of who it was, knew exactly who the person was, and the cop had put a hit on that particular lady. Well, the type of programs that they have now is not allowing that. And so if there is, and this is me speaking and figuring it out, a situation where the cops are being exposed for bad behavior, that's pressure. They're being exposed for their ugliness, the things that they've done. And in some cases, like this fireman had said, that when there were fires going on and there were families there, if they did not like the family or had some type of prejudice against them, they would let them stay there and die. And at their older age, as they were getting close to retiring, those memories haunt them. It could be similar stories with the police force that are taking their own lives. The pressure that is there. I don't see it, or I find it very difficult for men's men to have a challenge with bullying. We're raised to be able to deal with bullying. We're raised to be able to take a punch. But if there's things that we're doing in our action and we have to uphold the honor of our family and our friends, but yet there is exposure, that could be the reason that needs to be added. Because from the study, from the survey, from what the therapists are saying, it's not that. And then because we know how bad it is, going back to 2020, for everything that they said was wrong, the pressure that's there, they're unable to arrest certain people, they can't chase other cars and so forth. Well, that's America right now. You're to back off if you get into a high-speed chase, or if you are running behind someone, you can't run behind them, this and that. Well, that's more safety for the police. It might aggravate you because you want to do your job well, but that's, in my opinion, enough to not want you to take your own life. You see what I mean? It's not adding up. So if it's not adding up like that, but yet that other area is feeding in, here's another part where it's not adding up. Let me bring this point in too. The therapists that are there should be prepared for our officers during that time of help. Because an officer will say, look, I'm struggling with this, this, and this, and they're coming in because they have issues, and the therapists are there to assist them. But I could see them hiding their personal views if they got skeletons in a closet, if they are about to be exposed. And in many cases, if they are about to be exposed, they may have cover-ups in the city of Chicago to not expose the problem. They're saying, look, this is what it is. You need to get out or we take you to court, yada, yada. And I'm just giving my opinion and what it looks like to me. Thank you for being here at Beyond the Noise. Make sure you give me one of those. Come back again. I am Leonard Lewis Butler. We are a subsidiary of Kingdom Builders Ministry. Thank you for joining us at Beyond the Noise.